You were way too bullish right before Bitcoin's moved down to 50K, right? Well, I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen it across YouTube. Everybody saying 90 something K November and 100,000 something December. However, what I've been doing since November 5th is making videos with thumbnails like you see behind me. So what I want to do in this video, it's not just some, oh, I made the best calls, brush off my shoulder, I told you so type of video, but I have 5 different videos ready with snippets of each. I want to help you walk through what I was thinking and then relate it to the chart at that time so you can have more sound TA for yourself without relying on people like me in the future. Are you ready? Okay, let's dive in. All right, so we're going to start off with, and so if you want to know which videos these are, I will leave links to each, and there are tags. So if you could see me scrolling down here, I have tagged where I've started and the links to the video itself. So there should be 5 different videos in the description section. So we're going to start here and we'll just walk through. But it almost always works the same way when it moves out. Either it moves. I'm going to make this. Yep. So it's on 1.5 speed. So if you add this on 2x speed, you might want to slow this down. Here we go. It's out a small little dip, then sideways for a while to recover, and then starts making all-time highs several days later. So I'm talking about Ethereum price when Ethereum was right here in this channel that I have drawn, and Ethereum was my initial warning signs. Okay. So this is where this video starts. Or it moves out sideways, makes one more high to tag the bottom of the channel, then goes down and or boring, or it just moves down, then goes sideways. All right. So with channels like this, I was saying in this video, I won't go full in depth, but I already know that there are only 2 major ways that Ethereum can get out of these channels, right? There are only 2 ways in the whole history of Ethereum. So I knew that the alarms were sounding at that point because it was breaking out of that channel that I had drawn. All right. So I'm going to go to the next one. If that were to happen, that's going to take all November to recover. It's going to be a red November if that were to happen. Going to be a red November. Saying that on November 5th as everybody else was bullish. You need to prepare for a November that is red most of the time and or closes red. At least prepare for the possibility. Do I think it's most probable at this point? No. But it would still be bullish macro. Like very. All right. And this is the kicker. Check this one out. Watch this. This is where I nail it. Watch. That would be a double logical area for a higher low, which is 50K. And that's still bullish. Do you see what I just put on my chart there? Watch that line again. Watch me draw this. Watch this. That would be a double logical area for a higher low, which is 50K. So I connect that top to this trend line. Look at what happened. Let's go to Bitcoin. Watch. I literally just identified where in the video where Bitcoin actually ended up hitting. Look, it's the same line. So I connected it roughly just under here. So I kind of mixed this top with that top. So I put it about there. I made it horizontal and I said, hey, if it hits roughly right here on this trend line, somewhere around there, and look where Bitcoin hit. How many days off was that guess? Look, November 26th to November 23rd, 2 days off, and only how many thousands dollars off? 5360. $800 off and 3 days off just by drawing a couple lines. Lines work, folks. And that's why I knew it was so logical at that time. So I'm going to do the last clip in this first video. If you're not prepared for this crap to happen, you're going to get screwed. Okay. So let's hear that one more time. To happen, you're going to get screwed. Second. So if you weren't prepared, so did you get screwed? That's my main question for you right now. So the times that I'm not as active on Twitter, or on YouTube, I try to be more active on Twitter. I said that backwards. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at @𝘾𝙤𝙣𝙣𝙚 with the number 2 afterward. Again, it's at 𝘾𝙤𝙣𝙚 with the number 2 at the end. And also this is going to be the time to go ahead and help you continue making videos, help the algo. Hit the like button, flip your phones or get flipped off. You got to flip your phone vertically and hit the like button. And while you're at it, leave me a quick comment, even if it's simple, simply putting a period without the tampon, or let me know I love tacos, whatever you want to say. Leave me a quick comment. It's going to help the algo, and that will help me help you. And also subscribe and hit the bell if you're new, right? Because this is time sensitive information. And if I'm going to deliver time sensitive content, you got to hit that bell so you can stay in the know. We're in this together. Help me help you. Hit that bell and we'll dive back into the charts. All right. So Ethereum for that first video was my sounding board for knowing that Bitcoin likely was not going to break out of its consolidation near a horizontal, even though Bitcoin was in a bullish consolidation pattern, right? It actually looked pretty bullish, but because Ethereum, I just knew there was a strong chance in this chart that this was going to drag Bitcoin down, and it's exactly what happened, right? Okay, and I recently made a video saying, hey, Ethereum is often used as a fake out to get people bullish on Bitcoin, and that's exactly what I think that was in one of my more recent shorts. But anyway, so we're going to go to the next video here. And again, I'm walking you through the mindset, you know, what I was looking for in each, like step by step throughout the month, right? To try to warn everybody, keep everybody safe. But this right here, what's happening in the chart, even though I know you can't see the chart, what's happening on Ethereum is like the dominoes of the 1 hour chart, the 2 hour chart, the 4 hour chart. Typically, when they haven't eaten domino food, they're light. So the 1 hour can fall into the 2 hour, the 2 hour falls into the 4 hour, the 4 hour falls into the daily. And the daily just sways, but then it knocks all those back, and the other go dunk, 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 and then the trend continues up, or trend continues down if that's the direction, right? The trend. But right now the trend's up. But right now what's brewing in Ethereum is it's essentially domino food for the 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour chart. It looks like they have enough food to knock the daily down so that the trend either pauses. I'm not saying trend reverse. I don't think we're going to go into a bear market, but it looks like the trend will pause. I think. And that's exactly what happened. So I was trying to let everybody know that I was anticipating, because of that first video, this move on Ethereum, right? This would make the 1 hour time frame, the 2 hour time frame, the 4 hour time frame so bearish that it would knock down the daily. And that's exactly what happened. The daily did not go into a downtrend yet. It's damn close. However, it knocked it out of it's not in a bull trend right now. So if you go to the daily, it is in no trend. It is in no trend. It hasn't made a lower high yet. So if it goes like this and heads back down, that is officially lower low. So it's lower than this low here, and lower high, then it's a downtrend. But right now it's no longer in an uptrend because this low was broken. That's exactly what I was anticipating, all based on Ethereum. So let me make myself big here. That is the cascade effect, right? So when lower time frames, so after you look at charts enough, you start to realize, okay, when the 4 hour strokes are all the way down, the 4 hours looking kind of bearish, is the situation strong enough to pull the bullish daily and weekly down with it? Maybe because the daily's overheated or the weekly's overheated. You know, those are the times that the bearish small time frames can can drag down the daily time frames. And I was anticipating it before it ever happened because I could smell it. I could see the lower time frames getting bigger and badder and getting ready to do it. It's so important to understand this, right? And that's why I was barking up the short-term bear tree so much when everybody else was bullish, because I was smelling that cascade effect growing and growing and growing, right? So if you went to, a big waterfall, you can smell the water from a ways away, right? I don't know if you've ever been near a waterfall, Niagara Falls, United States, or waterfall near you, but the mist and stuff, I could smell it, and everybody else was bullish and I was not, because I could see this. That's exactly. So again, I could all see it in Ethereum, the lower time frames, and I knew that because that was going to drag down Bitcoin's 4 hour time frame and the 2 hour time frame, those two had a good chance of dragging down Bitcoin's daily time frame, and it did knock it out of the uptrend. It is now in no trend specifically. So that's exactly what happened, right? Okay, so let's go to the next video here and keep dissecting how, as things move down. So right in this video, Bitcoin made its first dive to 57K. This video was made on November 15th, or no, November 19th. You can see the dates here, right? Okay, so here we go. You have a much better chance of buying your altcoins. So in this video, I was trying to warn people, don't try buying this first dip. So I was essentially saying, don't, especially futures folks, don't try coming over. Don't try to catch this dip right now. So, and I gave specific reason why in this video. So here we go. Chance of buying your altcoins during a dip if you simply wait for a higher low in the 4 hours. So what is currently happening right now? Look at the 4 hour RSI. Let me zoom in. Is there a higher low? No, there isn't. So statistically, you're making a bad bet if you are going all in on your crypto on this dip right now, right? There you go. So not only was I anticipating the drop, I was trying to protect people from, doing stupid stuff with gambling on futures. I was really starting to bark up this tree because this was the time where the daily trend was being broken, right? Not just buy the dip, haha, hoorah. So you were seeing all this on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. I can see what the bigger crypto people are saying, right? And I wasn't saying this. I was trying to get people defensive, right? And getting people slightly defensive before it ever happened, right? Okay, so let's go to the next video here. And again, the links to these videos will be in the description section, so you don't have to go hunt for them. And then when you click them, so you can see down here where I have the timestamps. Okay, it's under my normal timestamps. So these are my normal timestamps, and timestamps for the video that I'm making right now are here. So let's go to this one. And when things head back down, the strength of the bottoming out formation when the Stokes get close to the Stokes, I prefer for a statistical edge that the Stokes come all the way back down and hit this white line. But sometimes they'll come down and into the neutral zone and turn back around. And if both things happen, RSI touch the green on the RSI chart, and Stokes can get kind of low-ish and turn back around with price staying above the orange line. So you can just put the 200 EMA on your 4-hour chart on Ethereum. So those are the two things that you're looking out for on the chart. Now, one thing to... Okay, so in this, what I was trying to explain is, yes, this is our first move up after a dip. However, I was explaining that we are so far from being out of the woods right now because, yes, we're getting a pump up. That's a test of strength. But in order to truly test strength and measure strength, you have to measure weakness. They are together. It's like, it's yin and yang. So there is no true measurement of strength until you can also measure weakness, the sell power, right? So it's when the sellers are taking a breather and, allowing bulls to take over just, on the hourly time frame, 15-minute time frame. Sellers are taking a breather. And when they stop taking a breather and go after it again, you have to measure how strong that drive is compared to buy pressure. So I was trying to get people, yes, we're going up right now, but be cautious because we haven't measured the down move. So what I was specifically saying in that video was this. So on Ethereum, I told everybody in that video to put on the 4-hour 200 EMA and wait for the Stokes to come all the way down on the 4-hour chart, right? So I said specifically, not halfway down, right? Not halfway down, but all the way down. And if you can stick the landing on that orange line, then you have over 50% chance that this was the low, on Bitcoin and everything. And guess what happened? The Stokes did not go all the way down. So you had to wait, and when Stokes got down, it couldn't hold that line, regardless of breaking out here. So this was a test of only strength, because you could not test weakness with the Stokes all the way up here. You couldn't do it, right? So that's why I was not bullish with this breakout. You have to test the strength of the sellers before you understand true strength. You have to test that first, and you can't do it until, at least on the 1-hour chart. Sometimes you go to the 1-hour chart, but with this bigger, size of a move, I specifically suggested wait till the 4-hour Stokes come down here. It only takes 3 days to wait. I know it seems like forever, but you don't know. Like I even said, this is probably, later after that video, I said this is probably a fake out, right? Ethereum is often pumped and manipulated by whales without pumping Bitcoin to get people excited. And that's exactly what happened again. And then Bitcoin made a bigger move down, right? Okay. So and you would have known not to be bullish had you just, watched that video in that little clip when I was suggesting you need to wait for the 4-hour Stokes to go all the way down. All right. So let's see this next clip. One specific line that Bitcoin has to get over and close candles over in order for those trends to go, from bearish trend to no trend, or from no trend to bullish trend. And it's going to be hard to get over. And if Bitcoin can't get it, then it's going to ruin the party on Ethereum, even if you get the signals. All right. So I gave signals for Ethereum on bullishness. They did hit because no, it didn't. No. So the signal, they did not hit. So the signal I gave on Ethereum is you have less than a 50% chance of a run continuing if the 4-hour RSI cannot hit the bullish control zone. So there's a dotted line here where above that dotted line, it's green, right? And so there's a dotted red line with red. I said in this very video, so the very first thing to look out for is if you get a pump in price and RSI cannot at least touch this zone, you have much less than a 50% chance that will hold up. So even my strength of bullishness didn't even meet. It didn't meet. That means that's going to come down and it's likely going to make a lower low, right? And I think I have a tag where I say that it's more likely to make a lower low. I was like screaming it in the microphone, folks. And I gave you the exact signals to look out for, right? Okay. So let's go to the next one. Candle closure above here. So here's specifically what to look out for. 1-hour chart on Bitcoin, draw in your 60,800 line. Okay. And that's the one line I was talking about. Bitcoin has to get over this line in order for Bitcoin to have, slightly better than 50% chance of saying that's the low. It closes daily above there. Draw that in. Draw in your 58.8 line. All right. So 1 hour chart. If it comes up here, tries to form a lower high, but closes a 1 hour candle, that automatically increases the chance, even if Ethereum does what I said, right, and gives that bullish signal, that Bitcoin signal would likely undo or have the power to make it so that it's one of the odd moments that Ethereum gives a signal but fails. That's specifically what you're looking for. All right, so even though Ethereum, we know now, did not get those signals, okay, so we just saw that even the RSI in the 4 hour chart did not see the bullish area. So, and I hope you're following through. Like, I really finesse this dip. Like the analysis, sometimes my analysis sucks. I'm way wrong, right? And I try to learn from my mistakes, right? So I hopefully, since most of you were too bullish, you're using this video to learn from your mistakes so you don't make that mistake next time, right? You go all in too early or try to catch the first dip or whatever. I really hope that you're finding this beneficial so far. All right, so I said 1 hour chart on Bitcoin. Draw in your line, 2 lines, which I already have drawn in, 60,800. And if you don't have these on your chart, you should. And what did I say? 58,000. I said 58.8, I believe. 58.8. So even though Ethereum made a pump, you should have known. I said very specifically, if Bitcoin closes a 1 hour candle below here, and it barely even got above, even if Ethereum looks bullish, this will pull it down, period. So Bitcoin barely even got over, closed a couple candles, right? And in my Twitter post, I kept saying, look at the 1 hour 200 EMA. If it can't stay above, it's going to tank. And guess when it accelerated to the downside? Right when it got rejected by this line and failed the 1 hour two. So failed means it goes above but can't stay above. Rejection means like this. That's a rejection of the orange line. It touches it like, but so Bitcoin price got rejected by the horizontal and failed the EMA, right? So this was my Twitter post just to make it easy on people. One EMA to look out for if Bitcoin can't stay on top of it after the Stokes go all the way down. And look what the Stokes did. Look, Stokes got all the way down and it got below it. So price is going to accelerate. And when did it accelerate? Exactly when that happened. These are the exact lines that I just said in that video, right? The exact lines, 58.8. You see that? And if it can't stay above, it's going to tank. And that's exactly what happened, okay? So, all right, so let's go to this one. There is a probability, over 50% chance, that a lower low is going to be made here, or at minimum. And I was saying that on November 22nd. November 22nd. So everybody was saying, that's the dip, that's the dip. Where's November 22nd? Back here. So let me go to the 4 hour chart so we can see more price history. That was this one. Look, November. So you see at the bottom of my screen how it says November 22nd, where it's moving around there. And I just said in that video, on this day here, there is a probability that a lower low is going to be made. And guess what? The frick happened. A lower low was made, right? So is my analysis always this, finesse and sorry, wrong one. Keep misclicking here. So is my analysis like always, does it always follow price this closely? And is it always this good? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying here. And I'm not giving you a big, I told you so. What I want you to do. So with these links, if you want to go over this, okay, what was Tim seeing here? What should I know for the future? Because everything looked bullish. Everybody on Twitter was bullish. How did he in these videos, if you watch the whole thing outside of these clips, a lot of times I even said, do I think it's probable that Bitcoin goes down to 52K? And I said, no. But I was pretty much the only person barking up that tree the whole time because I knew the probabilities were increasing, all because of Ethereum breaking out of that channel, right? And I had people on my YouTube, on my Plan B video where I said, rip, stock to flow, even though it was the floor model or whatever the case. They said, I said in the video, there is a single digit probability that 98K target or 93K target of November will hold up. And I was saying that on like November 8th, right? When everybody was saying, oh, and somebody left a comment, you have a single digit probability of your credibility holding up after this month. And guess what? Where's Bitcoin now? It's not going to happen, right? So everybody was bullish thinking I was silly because the herd was going towards, oh, Plan B got it right 3 months in a row, which honestly is pretty freaking awesome. Those calls were freaking great, right? Which is but this one didn't work out, and I could smell it so early. And I really think I smelled it very specifically with finesse, with specificity. And you can't find that anywhere else on crypto YouTube. I'm telling you. Is it always this case? Is it the case where I'm like the best TA person in the world and you should only watch my videos? I'm not saying that at all either. Sometimes I miss stuff, right? Sometimes I miss a move and I wasn't barking up that tree at all. And then I'm one of those YouTubers, like 99.9% of YouTubers now, who now have flipped tune, obviously, and are trying to figure out where it's going to settle down, but they never barked up the tree before it happened. I'm sometimes that person too. So this is not just some video saying, oh, only follow me. No, you should probably have 2 to 3 sources of information for your TA, right? Okay, so 2 to 3. And pick good ones. And if you were following people really talking about high levels of November, well, just compare what you just saw in this video versus, your current sources. I'm telling you, right? So when everything looks bullish, you need to start smelling the potential for downside movement and be very aware of it. Because when things are bullish, why should you focus your attention on more bullishness? Right? Unless it's hitting sell targets, which is pretty good. You should always be in bullish moments. You should always know that, okay, you should always be analyzing, should I be putting my guard up now? And the first time you smell that, then you need to analyze, okay, what needs to happen next for me to put up my guard even more? And that's what I did throughout these videos, because I showed you this in chronological order, right? Make sure you have good source of information, folks, good resources for TA. If your current TA sources were just barking up the bullish tree, you probably need to expand your horizon a little bit, is pretty much what I'm saying here. Like, this is what I'm saying. So again, a reminder to follow me on Twitter, and it's at @𝘃𝐢𝐬𝐼𝐚, and make sure before you get out of here, this video here that's popping up or will pop up, returning viewers, I'm going to show you a little something in case you missed this video that'll help you make a little bit more money. And for new viewers, if you want to get a quick tip right here that will help you make more money in crypto rather quickly, watch this video popping up here. Returning viewers, this video here, and new viewers, this video here. And if you were too lazy to flip your phone earlier, here, click this link, subscribe now. This little circle, click it. All right, we'll see you later.